This week on the Moment with Louie, we have Armand King. I'm super excited for this one. He is an author. He is the founder of Paving Great Futures. And Paving Great Futures is an awesome opportunity for the youth in San Diego to really be a part of something greater, something to expand themselves. And without further ado, the man himself, Armand King.
Hey, what's up, bro?
I'm super excited to have you on the show because I see advocates in San Diego, but none of them are doing what you're doing, you know? And what I mean by that is the 4 corners of life, the turkey giveaway, which you do, the Paving Great Future, the shirt on wear, you know? And it's, I like it because it's more than an opportunity, it's a movement and a way of life for a lot of these, the youth coming up in our society.
Right.
What made you originally want to start Paving Great Futures?
Man, so, come from the background of a lot of the people we serve, former gang involved, pimp involved, drug involved, been there, done that, crossed all them bridges. And it came to my attention that, nobody's coming in to save us. Nobody coming in to help these youngsters. The same problems that existed when I was 12, 13, 14, 20 are still here right now. And it's like, it's a continual cycle, bro. So it was like, what the hell? So I've always been like the person, you could complain about it or do something about it. I'm gonna do something about it person. So immediately, I found out I had a bunch of young homies out here that was following in my footsteps when I was in the wrong way of life, when I was doing that wrong shit. So it was like, okay, how do we change this? And ain't since somebody else coming, we gotta do it. You feel me? So birth Paving Great Futures. And understanding nothing epic is done by oneself. I may have thought of the idea, but it took other people to make this happen. It took a team. So I have 2 other co-founders, Jay Bowser, aka Magnifico, from right here in the town. Some of y'all know him, Sideways Records, been putting it down, a real reputable one from the town. My dude Barry Harris, grew up right here in the turf. Valencia Park, O'Farrell, grew up here. But, my brother actually went out and got his degree, got educated, because we can do it too from the hood if that's your path. And he did that. So collectively, the 3 of us made this Paving Great Futures thing, man.
Y'all paved the way for Paving Great Futures.
Mandatory.
So let's talk about you before your advocacy. You started off as a pimp?
No, I started off as a baby. I was born, an infant. My mom birthed me like most other kids, you know what I mean? I started off as an innocent child like a lot of us, and unfortunately, we grow up in a box. You're from the hood, you grow up in this box, and in that box, you only see but certain things you can do. Yeah. Gang member, sell drugs, or pimp. Yeah. Those was the choices. Tried all 3. But before the advocacy or the nonprofit organization, I actually was in a transition in my life. These things, people ask me all the time, how did you change? What made you transition? What made you, I get that question all the time. And I say it wasn't like this one thing happened and suddenly now I want to be a good dude and help people. It was a process. I spent 3 years in the federal penitentiary, 9 different institutions at a young age. That's my first offense, right? And for marijuana, it's legal now. It's on the stock market now, but I can't get those 3 years back from my life, right? 2 months before I got out of prison, my brother was murdered on the 163 freeway by 4 kids. They were 14, 15, 17, 19 on a shooting spree. They had shot 12 people in 2 weeks, killed another 16-year-old boy that day in front of Meadowbrook Apartments and killed my brother that night. He was 21. So I would say that was like the beginning of my transition. You feel me? My bro, he was a known P out here, rest in peace, Fantastic 6. He was floating, they shot in the car, shot my bro, YC got shot and killed my brother. And he was the main person that was holding me down when I was in prison, you know what I mean? Not really anybody else. Keep my books filled, all this stuff, keep my money up on my phone. Driving to see me when I was in jail, he was that one, so that loss took a lot. When I came home, it was weird, it was crazy. Like Mac Dre had just died when I was in jail, right? Yeah. And right before I came home, right before I went to prison, there was a lot of people, the pimp and prostitution was blowing up in San Diego. Yeah. I left for 3 years, and when I came back, it took over San Diego. Everybody, their daddy thought they was Mac Dre. Yeah. People didn't know who he was before he died. Yeah. Now everybody in the world was Mac Dre out. I'm like, whoa, okay, this what's going on. Yeah. So it was hard. For a while, I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And oftentimes, as we grow up and get up out of street life, a lot of hustlers, they we get these business ideas and things, and we think we have to hustle to get the money to invest into the legitimate shit.
Yeah.
That don't work.
Yeah.
That recipe don't work. You gotta go all the way straight, cause shit gonna happen to you along the way. So motherfucker just went all the way straight, man, and like, let's see this happen. You know, but like I said, it was a transition period, and luckily I got old enough to think all the way. You know, most of my homies, out of 8 of my best friends, half of them is dead. I'm one of 4 that's still alive out of my best friends. You know what I mean? Most of my friends have been murdered. One just died of an overdose in 2017. Wasn't that long ago. I lost 2 back-to-back within 60 days. Overdose, and my, the third and Macron got shot in the head on the blade in Texas. So, luckily, I'm old enough, man. You know, when you're a teenager, you ain't really thinking right. You think you know. You don't even think you know. You just going at a teenager. 20s, you kind of think you know, but you really still don't. You're practicing adult. You're practicing. Hopefully you make it through that shit. Don't catch a long bid. Don't die. Don't do nothing stupid to set you back more. But by the time you get into your 30s, you've experienced a little bit. You've been on your own a little bit. You've seen life. You've lost life. You understand a little bit more. So luckily, my mom said 33, she called it the Jesus year. That's when Jesus lived till. She said men don't even start thinking right till they're 33. I'll bear witness, man. If you're able to, man, I have to tell the little homies, I don't care. College is good, but if it ain't for you, don't go. You know what I mean? Do you, but just avoid dying and going to jail before your time. Please, that's all. Just get old enough, man. You don't lost too many kids out here, bro.
Facts. Minus setbacks for major comebacks, though.
You feel me?
So, like, would you say that your brother dying was the realization of you coming to that when you get out of jail, you need to make that change?
That was the beginning of it. But a lot of people, when you're in jail, you're going to do all the right things when you get home.
Yeah. Everybody's
going to be, oh, this is changing. Hey, mom, when I get out, I'm going to do this. Oh, baby, when I get home, I'm going to do this. Mm-hmm. And you might have the best intentions, and you really feel that way because when you're in jail, you're away from the bullshit. The world is harder out here than it is in jail, right? Bills, stresses, shit. And when you're in jail, people wonder why you come home from jail, you look young and rejuvenated. Because they didn't have that motherfucking stresses in there.
You
got 3 meals a day. You chilling all day, it's other bullshit that politics going on in there. But you come home, like you got all these plans. So the best time to catch a person and really help them to get in transition when they first get out. As soon as a person come home and get right back with the homies that wasn't in jail, right back to the same scenarios, right back in the mix, got bills to pay, you may have kids, you don't know how to make your money, he's back at it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was coming home. It was a transition period, bro.
When you first got home, what were the things you did to keep you on track? Because there's a lot of people that are probably going to see this and going to be coming home for the first time in a while.
Right.
What would be your first recommendation for them if they really want to do right, as they say?
Not even that I necessarily did it, but the best advice is to don't have no girlfriend. If you do, not even just not a girlfriend, don't get involved with nobody. Just work on you. Right now, you just came home, you need to secure your job, you need to secure your vehicle, you need to secure your life right now. The girls and all that, they coming. They ain't went nowhere. Especially from Dago. You barely see the beach, but there's a lot of sand on the beach. Okay? Shoot, take a trip down to PV. You okay? They're not running out, and they constantly produce new ones. But right now, the best advice I get a homie coming home, work on you 100%. And don't let nothing get in your way. And remember, the same people that was taking care of you when you was in jail, those are the ones you give your attention to. Oh, that was nobody? Exactly. Right. Or your mama? That's who you give your attention to.
That's 100. Was it hard for you to, like when you were first going through the realization stage of, okay, when I get out of jail, I'm gonna do right. Was it hard for you to take that look in the mirror and say, okay, like, I'm gonna have to change because this ain't working?
No, not yet. I'm still stupid. I'm still in the mix. I came home ready to have fun still. You know what I mean? Luckily, I had a big bro. He had a restaurant. Brought me in that restaurant. And a lot of these were the seeds that were being sown for the work that's been going on right now. My bro Basil, he put me in a house on Dictionary Hill, Spring Valley. Gave me a car and put me as a manager in his restaurant. And I still wanted to pimp. It took a minute. It took some seconds. It took some time to grow up, bro. I was still 24. Yeah. Like, okay, the job stuff's cool, but I had a desire for more money. I was making bank before I went to jail, man. Yeah. So I had that taste. I know how to get it. So it had to be a mental evolving of my own to realize that put money in its place, put life in its, like understanding life. And I wasn't smart right away, bro. From jail, from coming home from prison, it probably was another 7 years before I really just figured it out a little bit more.
So right before that, the golden age, your mom calls it, right? The
Jesus year.
Yeah, the Jesus
right.
year. So 2 years before the Jesus year, you ended up around getting it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sacrificed. Started working at McDonald's at 30. I thought working at McDonald's means you lost everything. You were horrible if you worked at McDonald's, if you asked me before. Now I'm here. I'm like, I'm at McDonald's. And I worked at 30. And after making so much money, like here I am. And I worked at the one in Del Mar. I'm like, none of the homies gonna see me out here. I'm about to work way out here. Shit, you think they weren't pulling up? People pulled up. I'm in the drive-thru overnight shit too, making sure nobody see me. Who coming through Del Mar at 3 in the morning? The homies.
Oh God.
Girls, you know, P's coming through. Like, hey, bro, I see that. I'm like, I'm like, just get out of here. Get out of here.
What time you get off work? Okay, I'll be back. I'm just gonna hit the beach and I'm gonna slide right back.
Man, so that's just the you know, it's just growing, man, and yeah.
It's crazy though, thinking like perception is everything, because let's say that you're working at McDonald's job when you're 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like your life would have been totally different, you know? Because like our perception is like high school, I see like the spoiled kids with the dough, and I want to be out there getting it too. So I'm gonna find my way, and I can't work legally for the most part, so I'm gonna get something illegal, you know? And that's like majority of the mindset is like perception that I have to keep up with the Joneses,
right?
You know, and then adopting that mindset is just like, I don't know if it's our capitalistic view like of the world that forces us into keeping up with the Joneses, or if it's just like the want to for the materialistic thing, right? You know,
all that, man. So you got kids impoverished. If you've been impoverished your whole life, we get flashed. We watching BET. watching music videos. We're seeing all these other dudes with all this flashy shit. Half of them don't own the shit they have, but it sound good, look good. And as a young man of color, you don't really have too many other things to see yourself as. And then even like you said, perception. If I don't even have the perception about myself and what I can do, I don't even believe I can do those other things. Right. Nobody around me does. So it's getting negative encouragements happening from your peers, because everybody's like, this is just it. Yeah. And if you don't know nothing different, if you don't believe you can do nothing different, you're going to do exactly what's around you. You know what I mean? And yeah, you have this desire to make money and get money. Well, a lot of natural kings and rulers, and you want money. You want to provide for your family. You need money to pay your bills. Your mom been struggling. So I'm gonna chase it. And if I'm not taught and I don't know how to go get it, I'm gonna figure it out. Or you learn from the people that's around you. And unfortunately, a lot of them, like the big homies growing up, they taught you how to gangbang, sell drugs, and pimp, because they didn't know nothing else. And all this shit's by design. We just start off this way. So it's like, you know, the homies ain't natural monsters and just don't want to sell drugs and pull legs and shit like that. This was born out of fucking necessity. It was the Maslow's hierarchy of needs: food, clothing, and shelter. You deny somebody of those basic needs, motherfucker, I'm gonna go get it. Facts. I'm gonna go get it, man. So it's on teaching the kids young how to make money. Yeah. Because you know, you go to Bell, go to these.
Shout out Bell.
You feel me? Go to these schools and with these kids in the hood. They like they want it, man. Facts. They want it, bro. So we notice when you teach them how to get it correctly, they like that. Fact. But if no one ever teaches you, bruh, you'll figure it out.
That was my biggest thing coming up, because like around like middle school was the time people started, you know what I mean, coming out with the bling, coming out with the J's, you know what I mean, really stepping out, you know. And I was like, dang, I would see some of the people like in the Brook, you know what I mean, because that's where I grew up, you know. And some of these people in the Brook, they're the same age as me, and they're like slanging weed and all this, and they're like, man, that's the dude right there, you know. He got his dough, and I'm like, dang, I don't want to eventually get myself in a situation where I'm gonna have to do a bid. So I was like, I'm gonna go sell candy, you know. Right. And I would buy people's EBT and go sell candy like that.
Good hustle.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Right. And then, but that was because my mom, she had EBT, and she would tell me like, hey, if you want to get some EBT, you get 2 for $1, and then you go get your candy. Right. And so that's how I would do it. But even at that point, I would be knocking house to house, and I would see people. Man, they'd have people coming to them, and then it's just, again, the perception. Like then,
it's easier, better. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. So for a minute, it was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get.
And look, you got the hustle bug in you because you already out there grinding with the candy.
Fact.
Now if that would have been pushed and you could set up a candy stand, it could have been elevated. But yeah, as a kid, you had it. The bug was in you. But now that the wrong person come with the other product, then I'm about to be hustling that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I need dough. I need a new video game. I need to go get the new system. I need to go get this. And it, like you said though, when you get out of jail, like or when just growing up, like the bills start coming in. You know what I mean? Like you got a whip. You got to pay your insurance.
Don't mess around and have a kid early.
Yeah, don't mess around and have a kid because man, kids raising kids usually don't end up good. On to the next question though. Do you think being on both sides of the spectrum, you are better suited to serve the youth?
100%. The youth we serve anyway,
right.
Because you have an understanding. You know what I mean? Other people can do it too, but I see the difference, and I know even just speaking for myself, if someone comes from my same type of background in some kind of way and is talking to me and is relatable, right. Then I'm gonna be more open with that person. I'm gonna be more, I'm gonna take their information, the game they serving a little bit better because they know. Right. You know what I mean? And just being able to click with that person goes a long way. And I've seen others who have genuine hearts and they want to help too, but they might not just click with it and wonder why people aren't coming back. We don't have a problem getting people over here. They coming. Bro, they coming. And I'm talking about the from the hood, our folks, I'm doing twin hand kill switch in our program. That's my dude, LB Easy, bars up. Come on, we are not playing.
Facts.
You feel me? Like real ones, and it's real ones from the community, from the turf that can be relatable. You know what I mean, and help us get out this situation. You know what I mean. So as we just got to keep building, so we have this machine that we can just really transform the hood, bro.
How important is it to you, because you spoke on some of the people that are in the neighborhood that have been helping with the program. How important?
Little Weirdo.
Little Weirdo.
I can keep going. Little Weirdo was in our first program, man.
Yeah.
Not a game.
Is it crazy to look back and see Little Weirdo, like from the kid in the program to this kid on YouTube, millions of views?
See, it's different for me because I was there when he was born. Right. You know what I mean? That's my little cousin.
Oh, okay.
That's my little blood relative.
Oh, okay. So you came up with Big Weirdo and all that.
So his dad is my cousin.
Oh, okay.
No, we didn't call him Big Weirdo. Weirdo is Lawrence Smith that from the Brook that got killed in front of the Brook. That's my brother. That's murder on my. That's the little weirdo I know from Big Weirdo from Scotland with the hat. So my cousin, that was his name, I guess, but that was my Big Weirdo cousin. So I knew for him. So, Tino, little Weirdo. That's my little relative, man.
Yeah. How important though is it for you to have people like Lil Weirdo and AOB Easy and Kill Switch to come back to the program and say, man, if I were in this program, like, okay, Lil Weirdo is an exception, but if I were in this program, it would have changed my life and it would have helped him. And then you can kind of see it in Lil Weirdo himself, because of how he came up in the program and just came up in Dago, period.
Right, everybody who even before just being on Lil Weirdo, AOB Easy, those two are great individuals to me because I watched them they both were in the same program, our first entrepreneur program together. And from there, Lil Weirdo started the shoe shine business and was traveling up and down this state before he was even rapping. His hustle went on, and then he just started rapping. One song took off, and he just kept going. You know what I mean? But the hustle in him, if it wasn't rap, he could kill it with something else. Right. So that's the thing that got birthed inside you. You just find your avenue and express it. AOB Easy, he raps. He took the entrepreneur class. He's right now doing a business consultation with him with the whole church, my branding. He has other ideas. He just hit the dean's list in City College. He just graduated college. So he is so much. So people might just see the videos and see these other things. These individuals are actually smart thinkers. You know what I mean? And grinders. It's when they say hustle beat talent when talent don't hustle. Yeah. So I don't care how much talent you got. If your hustle game and you ain't thinking right, it's not gonna go nowhere. And you can see the difference with those two individuals. And I'm gonna say that we help them on their path. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just need that hug, that encouragement, that little some good game to boost you, give you the confidence. I'm about to go get this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just I can multiply that. I know we don't have that much time, but those two individuals right there, and I'm sure the community knows a little bit. So
shout out ALB. I wanted to talk about his situation and how you were able to help him out of the jam he was in.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you...
Yeah, we do this regularly. So shout out AOB Easy. Me and my dude just got off of 4 years of federal probation that he should have never been on in the first place. You know, when my dude first went to jail, man, I've been in federal court with him ever since day one. This is 2014. Yeah, caught his case in Orange County, did a year, got out. Feds picked up, charged him again. So of some shit he already did his time for. Now he back in the feds, got out and fighting this probation shit for a long time. So we just, had to, like we do, advocate for our folks, and went to court for him the other day. Got my dude off early, 6 months federal probation off early, got cut off 6 months early. As they're fighting, they do in the courtroom, fighting to keep him on, finding every reason in the world. Let this man go. How much time do you want from us, man? He coming in with a stack of diplomas. He done been through 5 of our programs. He done graduated college. He taking care of his son. Get the boot off that man's neck, bro. Man, they like to keep that leash on you. That's why when you get on probation, whatever, you just bury yourself in books, work, whatever, and knock that out. Because a lot of the homies, they give you 2-3 years probation, but from these little violations, they end up getting 5 years of your life after they stretch you. If you don't do something dumb to get put back in, damn, man.
Shout out ALB, man. I graduated city and I had classes with him. He was a super dope dude. I just want to highlight his story because Paving Great Futures, they are for sure advocates for the youth, but they can help you out in other ways if you need it. Just tap in 100. What was the biggest challenge when you started Paving Great Futures?
Lack of resources, no money.
Yeah.
So like for the first 4 years, and know that too, for any business, don't think you about to start a business just about milking it, you about to just make a bunch of money. You gotta grind.
Okay.
The real winners are the ones that can hold their breath under the water the longest, who can dance underwater and not get wet. Okay. How much shit can you eat? You gotta be prepared to eat shit. The first almost 5 years of Paving Great Futures, we've been existing for 8. We take $1. Me and the co-founders, we didn't get paid $1 for nothing other work we were doing, but work full time for this. I was still waiting tables. I was, working in restaurants and stuff just so I could pay my light bill. Sleeping in my office at the time. Wherever I could, just grinding it out because understanding, homie, you got to sacrifice. You're trying to build something, you're trying to build your brand, build whatever it is the fuck you doing. You got to go in and grind it. Don't expect to take. You got to be given. It's like when you have a baby. That baby's not going to be really adding to you financially or anything like that. But it can one day if you give that baby the right nutrients, the right game. Now that baby's growing up well, going to school, getting a great job. Now that baby financially can benefit you. But you got a baby on your hand, an infant. Don't expect to just take from it right away. That's any business, bro. Yeah, you see 1,000 clothing brands popped up in the past 5 years. There may be about 4 or 5 strong ones right now. Just talking about local. And those people, and you watch it, they grind it. Shout out right now. They grind it. Stay on the grind. Nuke Booming. He was in our first. Damn, we had a hair squad. ALB Easy. Nuke Booming was in there. Well, little weirdo in the first class. That's how we started this thing off. I keep going.
Shout out Booming. Well, I get that back. We gonna get it right. His player is hard.
Yeah. So shoot, man. And he been grinding. He's nonstop. And you see it.
Yeah, you can tell by how he's grown. Like I've been following him for a minute now, and it's just dope to see just how wide his selection of clothing is now. It's like, dang, it went from just like, another clothing brand to dang, the clothing brand, and like pretty much like Skyline Paradise Hills. Like I go to Ralph's and I seen him, I was like, dang, like I see you, you know what I mean? Like
that's another bro. He did. I grew up with him. We went to school together, Morris together. He did 10 years. Came home, got our program as soon as he came home, helped him get off probation, and been booming.
Yeah, big booming.
Because originally Booming was Boom from Beta and Magnificent. They had Boom.
Oh, okay.
Boom. They had Boom. And then Luke came home and brought him in, and then here. And he took off with Booming and helped him lace that business and got it going.
Man, got on the feet and got to run it. Mm-hmm. So I had the pleasure of volunteering at the Hip Hop Youth Summit, and it was a super dope event. That's when I first met Lil Weirdo, and I seen AOB again. It was super dope getting to meet them, and you just had a bunch of people there like that are big in our community, like Lil Weirdo, AOB, and you had Rob Stone over there. You had radio personalities from radio station. I just want to thank you because I was able to tap in with some of the radio hosts that I look up to, you know. And then, so like me coming in to volunteer and then me picking up game from them, I was like, this is the most I could ask for. You know what I mean? I'm serving and I'm getting served at the same time, you know. And I just want to say, you know what I mean, if you need an opportunity to tap in and do something greater, this is the plug for Paving Great Futures. You feel me? Like,
not your average organization.
That part, especially if you in Dago, like if you're out of town, I guarantee you there's ways that you could help also in your city. You feel me? So how big was it though for you to make the Hip Hop Youth Summit into an actual hip hop event? Because I see hip hop people do hip hop events for the youth, and they make it seem as it's a hip hop contest for children or something, or hip hop. You know what I mean? Like just a kid, like a kiddie type of thing.
Man,
you know?
we cool kids, man. We can't think of no cornball shit. And the essence of Paving Great Futures, how we started. You know, me, Mac, and BJ was we were just talking like, what would we have wanted? Because the kids ain't there. I ain't got to go create nothing. What would have got your attention?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, not no cornball shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some Rob Stone there.
Yeah.
The rap contest, get rappers up. The beat better be hard.
Yeah,
all these things matter.
Yeah.
It better no Disneyland, nothing.
Yeah.
Make it fun, wrap around, and then you know, like yourself, people like you, easy people that's there, that's young, youthful, still into hip hop, makes a difference. And real ones that people recognize from their neighborhood. Right. All these things matter. And the Hip Hop Summit, this year we had to skip it because of COVID, but this would have been the 6th year we ran this. And the idea came from a tiny dude. Me and him was standing, I believe we was in front of his grandma's house in Lincoln, and he was just like, we just in the middle of the street, just shot out this idea about let's bring the youth together, do this hip hop thing. I'm like, you can't just tell me a good idea, but so shot out, we ran with that, Brandon, we did that, you know what I mean? So from then on, it's been every year. The first year we just went kind of broke in classroom at SDSU, got in there, did it. Now we actually get permits and stuff.
Right.
You know, and I just showed you the video. We got the Take 'Em to Church album, Take 'Em to Church, man, on all platforms. Check that out. You got reputable homies from all over Dago, different hoods in there rapping. Got some spoken word, just some good game. Got my dude Damu on there speaking with some real stuff. Layla Aziz, a lot of good community members on there, a lot of good rappers. My dude, and we put the Hip Hop Summit, the winners, and put them on there. 2 kids. 16, 17 years old, 34, shout out, and for Whoosh, my dude.
Yeah, tap it. Mm-hmm. Is there something you wish you would have known now that you could have told yourself when you first started Paving Great Futures?
Yep. Shake less stuff. So it was not I would have told myself, of course, because you learn lessons and everything. It was never nothing really bad that I would go back like, don't do this or do that. But one thing I would tell myself, because at first we didn't notice, it's not like nobody just taught us how to have a nonprofit or what to do all the way. We've had great mentors along the way that laced us, like my dude Rudy Johnson. There's a lot of people that laced us coming up, but it's not like we just came from this background. We literally from the streets to the sweets type shit. Yeah. So I would have told myself, a lot of people that I went to, we wasted some time meeting people that really just sitting you on the checks. You know what I mean? As we're searching for the bags to get this happening, they're like, hey, the bag's in that closet. We go in that closet. Oh, go talk to this man over here, and he got the bag for you. Go talk to him. He point right back to you. And we just did this a lot. You know what I mean? So now I know who not to go to. So I'm gonna tell myself, hey, bro, don't. That's a waste of time.
Yeah.
They
gonna give you the runaround.
Leave brother, blah 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 alone. You know, a good friend, but no need to have this meeting.
Facts.
Right.
What is the biggest goal for Paving Great Futures?
Build a city.
Okay, can you explain?
We're gonna build a city. We're gonna build a city within a city. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Build an entity of that folks from the hood. We got geniuses and gems right here in the turf. You were a genius. This man out pushing, selling candy as a little ass kid. That did not leave you. It's in you. If say at the age when you had that bug first starting, if you had the right cultivation of entrepreneurship, teaching you how to do it as a kid, you'd be a millionaire right now. I started selling weed at 12 years old at Bell Junior High School. You know what I mean? The hustle bug been in me, entrepreneurship been in me. You know what I mean? So we want to build an entity that the hood is comfortable coming to. That not everybody's an entrepreneur, not everybody's a leader, but they're here. So we want to find them, build them, grow them, Now, say you wanted to start a security business. I'm just saying this.
Yeah.
Okay, your security business office can be right here in this area. Boom, 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 boom. We could do security all over the city, the world.
Yeah.
But your office and the forefront is right here. The other homie got a barbershop, grocery store, print shop, you name it.
Yeah.
Businesses that are needed, but in the same area around each other. We into real estate, buy the houses, buy the apartments around there. Take control ourselves. We talk about stopping the police from racial profiling. Control your area in your city. We'll be able to dictate what officers are allowed in there. I guarantee. When you control the economics of that area, you don't see, Chinatown. You don't see that they don't have a problem with racist police.
What do you think the hardest part about being an advocate is?
Stress, taking care of yourself, especially if you're like I'm an empath, very empathetic, and so I take on people's pain. You feel me? So it's like you can't just tell me a story of something bad that's happening to you, and then I just hear it and then it's gone. Like now I'm living with your story. You feel me? Now I'm at night thinking about how you go, whatever your problem was. And, I just, I catch a bed or whatever. I got a baby on the way and I'm whatever it is. I'm suicidal. All these different stories, and they don't just leave. So you rest it. And with the line of work we're dealing with dozens of individuals with issues. We all got issues. I got issues.
Right.
So I got my own. Then I got 50 other motherfuckers' issues too. So the hardest part is to be able to balance that and not cave in, not to give up. You know what I mean? Not to feel that level of depression that you can. They say self-care, take care. Do what you got to do to unwind, because like they say, you can't pour from an empty pitcher. You know what I mean? You got to keep yourself full, refill yourself. So that the hardest part was figuring that out and starting to, and it's still hard, bro. It's still hard. Last week I had talked two individuals that had committed suicide in the same day. You know what I mean? Separate instances. It's like back to back, man. And then with this COVID now, what's going on? What I just noticed, because just in 8 years, we haven't had as many conflicts, not necessarily with us, but just people around us and youngsters in the past 3 months. In 8 years, 3 months we've had 8. In 2 months we've probably had 8 instances. In 8 years we haven't had any. So I think that the COVID crisis, that it's messed up a lot of people and made a lot of people depressed in ways they didn't even realize. You know what I mean? Even in your subconscious, just your normal life, everybody's normal life has changed. My bro over here, he's sitting with a mask on his neck. That in itself, you don't think that's too, but damn, that's a whole difference. 2 years ago, you wouldn't walk around, you probably even own a mask. Now you got masks and masks, different outfits. I was walking by Gap the other day, they had Gap masks advertising, like, oh, this is a difference. Can't go out, can't socialize, can't be amongst other human beings like you used to. Shit's different. So I think it's impacting us mentally. To answer your question,
I like how you said you're an empathist, because I think the same way, but I've never had a word to actually describe it, And then I can see how it can weigh on you, just because like the situation you brought up, having to deal with 2 suicidal situations and having to have that linger on your mind and constantly having to check in with them to see if they're okay, because at the end of the day they might not be there, And man, that's just commend you onto the work that you already doing.
So then you multiply that, you know what I mean? But not complaining and shit. I just believe God built me for that, and it's okay. So let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go, man.
TTG, train to go.
You're right. Definitely was that. Blame my mama.
How do you think I could be successful as an advocate? Because I'm getting my minor in social advocacy. How do you think?
How do I think you could be successful? Just do it. Do it with a genuine heart, genuine mind, and how you can be successful at advocacy or anything you do. You gotta like it. You gotta love it. That's how you can be successful. When you find something you love and you actually have a passion for it, then you go for it, and then that's success. There's no financial success to, unless that you have a goal and that's everyone has their own personal success. But to me, success is being happy.
Facts.
Today, I promise, tomorrow could be gone. You know what I mean? We might not be here anymore. Were you happy though? I don't give a fuck if you were at McDonald's at 43. Were you happy? Did you enjoy flipping them burgers? Did you enjoy talking to people over the counter? Who cares what anybody else got to say about you or where you work at? Fuck them. You feel me? Happiness. So how you can be successful at advocacy, bro, is fine because there's many different lanes. Where do you want to be at? And that might even change, but get in the field and find where your passion is. And because you might just be producing interviews. Advocacy could be you filming interviews and getting these other advocates out there like you're doing for me right now. That's advocacy. You know, they're getting this word out, getting these good messages out to the people. Where's your passion when you like doing it? Do that. And then you're already successful, bro. I don't got no money like that. I'm successful as a motherfucker. If I die tomorrow, both my grandmas, rest in peace, they were happy with me. My mama happy. My hood happy.
You did.
Success. Success, bro. And I'm good here. Yeah, so that's where you find your success. Get to where you happy at.
If you could tell people something that they don't already know about you and you want them to know, what would you tell them?
I love cartoons.
Yeah. Is there a favorite
artist,
cartoon?
There's multiple, but I'm a damn. So when I say my favorite cartoon movie, man, damn, Thundercats. Probably Thundercats. Some classic stuff on your ass. Ninja Turtles took over after that. But man, I draw, man. I draw cartoons. I draw animations. My best friend, he did too. Now he's the one that painted the picture. I'll show you my book cover. He's painting a new book cover for me right now. He doing Paving Great Futures, paint in the community. He's in Vegas. They paint. He getting the kids out now. They doing Paving Great Futures events in Vegas now.
That's dope.
Yeah. So So shit, me, I'm actually right now in the process of drawing the pictures for a children's book.
Dope.
It's already pretty much done right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's super dope. Man, I appreciate the time you gave us. Definitely not the last time we're going to be tapping in. I appreciate you for tapping in. If you want any more information on Paving Great Futures, I'm going to have his link in the description, his Instagram, and you can tap in from there. If you need to tap in, just look up Paving Great Futures. They're on Google, on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you could hopefully search for them, they'll be there. So just tap in.
Yes, sir. Big.